Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today I am going to talk about a question that I'm asked quite a bit on Instagram and on YouTube. I am asked sometimes, what's your favorite planner? Which one's your favorite? Those are the questions that I get the most. So I can answer for right now, for the past couple months, it's been the same. So I'm going to answer for you guys. Right now, it's no surprise to those who follow me, my two favorite companies are Inkwell Press and Erin Condren. Now, these are my favorite companies because they are what I am choosing to use daily right now. There are other planners that I absolutely love that are in my top 5 from 2017. And I will tell you guys about those too at the end. I will give you my top 5 from 2017. But the planners that I use every day right now are Inkwell Press and Erin Condren. So I'm going to go through just my favorite things about them. I am not going to go through a full review of them. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough or flip through because I have videos on my channel about that. So if you're interested in that, I actually have an Inkwell Press playlist and I actually have an Erin Condren playlist. So if you want to learn more extensively about them. Okay, so let's start with Inkwell Press. The things I love the most, this is the Inkwell Press I'm using right now every day for my daily planning, and then I plan my week and my Erin Condren. I use both of these in conjunction right now, and I will show you how. I am also using my Inkwell Press Flex 2017, so I'm almost to the end, for my food and fitness tracking right now. Now, earlier in the year, I did plan in this every day for my daily planning, and I really enjoyed that too and loved it for that. But right now, I am doing my weekly planning and my Erin Condren, and this has become my food and fitness planner, and I've talked about before, I don't want to show that planning in here because I put my weights in here, and when I do keep track of my calories, I put those in here. I put my exercise. So what I usually do is, if it's a day I weighed myself, I put my weight up here. Some people don't like to weigh themselves often. For me, it keeps me accountable and keeps me in check. You know, I have that like 4-pound range that I like to stay in. And that's just how I personally manage my weight. And that's not what this video is about. So we won't go into that. I love treats and I love sweets. And so I have to hold myself accountable somehow. And I have managed to stay right at my same, right around my same weight for the whole 19 years we've been married. Besides pregnancy, I gained 50 pounds with each of my pregnancies, and then I lose it. So, but that's kind of my story and how I do my accountability. I don't always track calories, but sometimes if I just scribble down what I eat, it helps me be more accountable because I can be like, wow, okay, I already had 5 pieces of Dove bark today. So like, you know, that's enough of that. Or sometimes, you know what? It doesn't stop me at all. And many days, you know, I start out writing down what I'm eating. And then if it just turns into a day that I just don't care, then I don't finish recording. And that's fine too. I put my exercise up here. I usually put how I did on my eating for the day there. I have just little symbols so I can glance through and tell myself. And then if I am putting a calorie total, I'll usually put it here. But honestly, that only happens like once every 2 weeks that I'm actually being that vigilant to track every calorie. Usually it's just scribbling down the food that I'm eating. So if you guys are really interested in more about that, let me know in the description below and I can do a whole video about that for you guys. But I didn't even mean to get that much into it here. But that's one reason why I love Inkwell Press, because this flex design lends itself to be a great journal. It lends itself to be great for just planning, and it also lends itself to be great for food and fitness tracking, especially with her monthly mission board and plan and focus page and daily habit trackers. These are so great if this is your food and fitness journal. These work just as well for being your food and fitness journal as it does for being just a normal daily planner. Or even I've used her quarterly, like I said, as just a journaling planner. And it works for that too. So I love this flex. Her flex design is her horizontal. And before I forget to mention this, her flex design comes with a tiny dot up here and a tiny dot down here on every page on both sides. So if you choose, you can easily draw a line down the middle. And I did that when I was planning earlier this year. And that's one thing I love. That's probably why it's called the flex, because it's flexible in that way. Okay, so here is where I have drawn the line down the middle and what my planning looked like with that. And so sometimes people will divide it out into 3 different sections for their day, or they will divide it into work and home, or whatever different sections they need. I've seen many people use these boxes for like exercise, water consumption, dinner, or weather. I use mine when I'm planning in it for any appointments or go-to places for the day that we have to be at, or big things that day, so I can quickly glance at my day and see what my schedule will be like. Okay, but I do have full videos about how I planned in this year with much more information than that. Okay, I love Inkwell Press for its paper. That's probably my #1 favorite thing. Right now, like I said, I am using the daily, and it is such a joy to open this daily book to 140 GSM paper, which is in all her bigger bound planners. In her smaller quarterly planners, it is 120 GSM paper because this is a sewn book. And she can't use the 140 GSM paper. But this is 120 GSM paper. This is 140. And either one of the pages, even the 120 feels amazing. But the 140 is like writing on pure luxury every day. And some days, I know this sounds kind of lame, but I am honestly just amazed that, like, for this price, I get to write on this paper every day, to just scribble my everyday notes. Like, I feel like someone normal, you know, should not be able to afford something like this, just as they're scribbling their daily notes every day, writing on this luxurious paper. That's like how amazing it is. Nothing ghosts, nothing shows through. And it truly is like a fresh, beautiful start every day. So I love her paper. That's my #1 favorite thing about Inkwell. And what do I love about this daily planner, since that's what I'm using every day right now, is I love the way that she's organized it. I love that it's undated, because then you're never wasting a day. It's just to come in when you're busy. And I'll admit, I use it pretty much every day of the week. There are very few weekends that sometimes I will combine Saturday and Sunday if we don't have a busy weekend. But normally I am using this planner every single day. And if you do use it every single day, you will need 2 daily books to cover an entire year. So she didn't want to make it too thick. Sorry guys, I use this all the time. There's some kind of food stain there. It sits on my table next to me every day. Actually, that was probably, yeah, some snickerdoodle stain from yesterday when it was by the snickerdoodles we were making and rolling with my son. Even in this daily, she does give you a 12-month layout there for important dates. She gives you her same goal pages that are in her other books to plan out. And then she gives you about every 30 days, let me find it, checkpoints, which are like her mission board for every month in her monthly planners, in her weekly planners. You have this every month in her weekly planners. So she puts, I think, 4 checkpoints in here. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. And then instead of your habit trackers going down here, this is the same. Instead of your habit trackers, it's just a notes list. And then all your habit trackers are at the back if you want to use them and track some things. So even if you're not getting her weekly planner, if you're just getting her daily, you do get that system in here. I love that it's undated. I love the way that the pages are organized. I love how you can just write your date, your focus. You can fill in your schedule. If I don't have any scheduled appointments for that day, I just use this as more another list. You have immediate, important, and insignificant. I love that because I can look at the items that I need to get done that day, and I can put like my top 3 in my immediate. That's what I usually do, like that must get done. Important are just stuff that I would really like to get done, and insignificant basically are things I know I probably won't get done, but are on there just to kind of remind me, and I can move them to the next day, or I can put them in my weekly layout. I love having just a notes section to scribble stuff down for the day. I love having a today's accomplishment. I don't always fill it in, but when I do, I love that I just can really quick in 1 second look at my entire day and be like, yeah, awesome, I did that. And it's like a little power up, a little boost up for yourself. I love the scorecard because when I do it, it just makes me kind of contemplate my day once again in 1 second and kind of check off how I feel that day went. I use my 3 boxes at the bottom usually for my gym. Even though I record it in my other planner too, it's just nice to see it right here in front of me, and it takes like 1 second to write in. I put my gym workout, I put the weather because I just like that. And I really haven't found anything consistent to use the 3rd box with. Sometimes I write in there like how homeschool went with my son that day. Like I kind of give it a grade for us. So that's how I'm using my page in my Inkwell Daily. Okay, so now you know how I'm using Inkwell in my life right now, and I plan to continue in 2018. Okay, let's go into Erin Condren. But before, let me I wanted to mention this. These are Inkwell journals from 2017. She has her 2018 ones out, which are a little bit bigger because they're A5 size. But I actually love these sewn journals. Love them. And I have whole videos about them and how I use them. But that's another product from Inkwell that I love and use daily. Okay, so my other favorite planner company from this year is Erin Condren. Now, you guys may be surprised, or maybe not if you follow me, that I did not use Erin Condren or Inkwell Press until this year. I bought Inkwell Press for the first time at the very end of 2016, like right in one of her after Christmas sales. So I got it right in the beginning of January. And yeah, that's the first time I used Inkwell Press. Erin Condren, I bought in the middle of this year in the summer when she did her new release with her new paper. I really wasn't excited to order her because my sister had used her for several years until she got this new paper. And that made me excited enough to give her a try. And now, you know, she's become one of my favorite. So Inkwell Press and Erin Condren are both really my 2 top favorite planners and planner companies, of which I use many of each of their products for this year of 2017. And starting out 2018, they are still my top for me. Now, that doesn't mean they're the top for everyone. Everyone is so different, so many different personalities, so many different needs in your life at different seasons of your life. I am just telling you my favorites and why, because so many people ask me since I've reviewed so many planners and seen so many. Okay, Erin Condren, I love planning in because she upgraded her paper just enough for me to like it. It's 120 GSM, which equates to the quarterly planner books, the smaller books from Inkwell Press. Although the paper is not the same. It's different types of paper. Erin Condren's is more toothy and does have a tiny bit more ghosting, but it's still great paper. Okay, I love Erin Condren because it makes me happy. That being said, point blank. Inkwell Press, I love everything about it except for the colors. Her colors are so muted and her 4 color schemes are repeated for the entire year. So, this is her 2017 color schemes, but you'll see her color schemes are muted, and she has 4 different color schemes, and they're just repeated throughout the year, those 4 color schemes. And I just really, after a full year of them, got really tired of the bland and muted, but I love everything else about Inkwell Press. So I decided to give Erin Condren a try, and I knew her vertical would work better for me than her horizontal. I'm using her horizontal for photo journaling, and I have a whole video about this too. I am using her horizontal for photo journaling with the Polaroid Zip little printer. So you can go watch my video on this if you want to know about my photo journaling. But since her horizontal was set up differently than Inkwell Press horizontal, That's how Erin Condren horizontal is set up. I knew that I wanted to try her vertical. I thought it would work better for me for my daily planning. So this is what I do. I put all my appointments or my go-tos, my big things for the day in the top box. And so I can glance really quick and see those important things. And then everything else just gets laid out in the bottom two boxes. I put my weather down here. I put my gym every day there. Just, little list for the week there. And I plan ahead. I'm not someone who sits down and makes pretty planner pages and waits till that week to plan. I am constantly writing in and planning in my planner and planning ahead in my planner. So weeks ahead. This is the week we're on right now. This is next week. And this is the week after that. But this is the week of Christmas, and that's why there's not a lot written on here. If this was a normal week, there would be a lot more written on here even 3 weeks ahead. So that's what my planning ahead looks like. I can't show you into January in this planner because I'm actually going to switch to my Erin Condren colorful. This is the neutral. I'm going to switch to the colorful vertical in January because I just really want to see which one I favor. And the way I tell that best is just by using it. But right now I'm loving her holiday stickers in my neutral. I really love the look of that. So I've just added in a little bit of her holiday stickers. I'm not a huge sticker person, but around holidays and festive times, I think it's fun to have those in there. And so I use some of her colored dual tip markers also for planning in here. And then I stay with a black pen other than that. So I pick like one of those colors per month to put in here. And then the rest is black pen. And that way it's really easy for me to see what's going on. And I'm not distracted by a whole bunch of things being written in by different colored writing, which I've done in the past in my planners and have found that just doesn't work for me. So that is why I love my Erin Condren. Basically, the design, the layout, and all the fun things you can do with stickers, and the fact that she's not chained to muted, a big muted color every month. I like that. Her colors flow with the seasons. And in her colorful, you have a lot more of that color. But I've enjoyed my time in my Erin Condren. I started in this in September of this year, 2017, and it's now December. And I am planning to stay in it right now, starting out 2018. So I'm really enjoying it. I love how you can switch out her covers. Sorry, I put our home address on there, so I had to cover that up. But I love how you can switch out her covers and just all the other fun things that you can do and use. Her trackers, and to me, now that she's upgraded the paper, it's a really great quality. And I have completely enjoyed using her planner also. Okay, now this is really hard, but I did tell you, I would tell you, if those are my top 2 planners, Inkwell Press and Erin Condren, what are in my top 5 for the year? Okay, you guys know I have used Passion Planner this year for several months, for like 5 months, and really enjoyed it. I have lots of Passion Planner videos about how I used it, so you can look all those up. So Passion Planner is definitely in my top 5. Is my next one. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Passion Planner and would not be surprised if someday I went back to Passion Planner for a little stint of fun. A brand new to me planner, which I am so impressed with. I have not used myself for planning, but I did plan out a couple weeks for fun, is the Refresh Weekly Planner by J. Lynn Designery. I have a whole video review on this. This came to me at the end of this year, but it does come with December thrown in there. And I started planning out some of my weeks in it to see what it looked like because I was so impressed with her design, her fonts, her paper, the whole aesthetic look of her planner really appealed to me, and the quality of it. So Refresh Planner makes my top 5 for this year. And Get to Work book, I have used a little bit, dabbled in weekly planning, but I also used it for YouTube planning for quite a while this year. And I love so much about Get to Work book, you guys. If you're interested in Get to Work book, check it out. Check out the video on my channel. It is amazing quality, and I, again, love the aesthetic and design. I love the other elements that come with her planner, like the reflect and goal set page, her project pages, her project, what did she call these pages? Anyway, these are project planning pages, and I can't think of the right name right now. But those are in every month too. And I just love so much about Get to Workbook and what it offers. Okay, so that's definitely in my top 5. And that's my top 5, you guys. But if I have one honorable mention, I have to put in the Mom on the Go planner. This is Mom on the Go. They also make a planner called a Simple Planner for people who are not moms and don't need all the extra mom organization pages. And they also make a Mormon Mom planner for LDS moms that have more pages to fill out for church information and stuff like that. But this Mom on the Go planner completely surprised me this year. They upgraded their paper too. And it is a Christian-based planner, even the Mom on the Go one. There are some quotes that have to do with Christ and scriptures, but they make a vertical and they make a horizontal. I don't have the horizontal. I will say their paper is not as good as Inkwell or Erin Condren or Refresh, but it's good paper. It is not like anything like Target planner paper. And you only have, you know, little bits of ghosting. But I just do want to give that thought in there. But I love this planner because of the scrapbook look and design of it and the theme changing for every month. So you really feel the month and the season you're in, and all the extra planning pages that come in here for moms and just to help you stay organized are really amazing. So this is another new small company to me, like the Refresh planner, that I was completely impressed with. So Refresh, Mom on the Go, Get to Workbook, Passion Planner, and then my very favorites, Erin Condren and Inkwell Press. Okay, guys, I hope that was not too jumbled. I hope it answered questions that people have had. And it was a fun video for me to do because I absolutely had no preparation and I just got to talk about everything that I loved. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for following along this year. I can't wait to see what 2018 holds for all of us planner-wise. Have a great day, you guys, and I will see you next time. Happy planning.